Mark saying at some point,
Sorry, we timed out, so.
oh, sorry. At some point in the park, could we, I mean, would it make, are you thinking that if we did a four-season, a full-size room, that could alleviate some of the, you're saying in place of this, could we make this one smaller though, or?
Yeah, I'm not saying get rid of the bathrooms there, I think they're well placed. But to have a structure on the bathrooms, I don't think that hits the mark.
Could it be smaller though? I think we need a structure, another structure, and I think it makes sense there, but can we do it smaller and then down the line planning what you're thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we need
Build
to
one
do.
like he proposed at Stone Family in
Yeah.
that location.
Yeah, the smaller model,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't have a, I don't have a, I didn't like, I mean, I saw that they were smaller and obviously a fair amount cheaper, but is that still
It's quite a bit-
adequately
yeah,
sized?
It's quite a bit smaller, actually. The one at LCP, I wanna say we had it sized 24 feet longer, plus we had the extra restroom stall, so that's something we could look at scaling.
So it would
Again,
be
these
small-
were just
No,
conceptual
right,
buildings.
but if we're trying to get to some numbers and
Yeah.
give you some direction to move forward, it's helpful.
People aren't gonna, I mean, other than people that live off of Oakwood, our residents aren't walking to this park, they either bike or they bug line it or they drive. I would actually. Almost that Stone Family, I think we could go bigger and maybe do a smaller shelter initially here and see what growth the park has. I just met a family on Monday that walked all the way from Alta Vista up to Stone Family. I mean, that's a haul considering how the streets go in there. But a lot of people from that whole Woodland Oaks, Plainview Parkway, I mean, I would say that park draws the most people from Lisbon. It's crazy how many people go there for Lisbon.
It's in the middle of a neighborhood. It's not.
It's in the middle of
nowhere.
neighborhoods.
Yeah,
Very big
I agree.
And they're big, so, I mean, like, yeah, that's. I think Mike said it earlier, that was, nobody knew that other than a swampy kind of baseball field a couple of years ago, but now it's happening. It's probably our highest trafficked park.
Well, not, that can't be beating Lisbon Community Park.
I don't think so. I think Lisbon community has the bigger following.
I would say of our people.
Maybe your
more
point is right,
diverse
is that of Lisbon residents, right? Because we get a lot of non-residents at Community Park.
Well, but I mean, to Mark's point, there's already a pavilion that gets rented that's just right across the way from where this is being proposed, so maybe we don't need as big of a shelter.
So if we go with the size of the shelter at Lisbon Community Park that you've drawn up for Stone Family, is that shelter at your proposed Stone Family smaller than the Hilltop at Lisbon Community Park?
It's about the same, actually.
About the same?
Pretty close,
Okay, and that's a decent sized shelter.
yeah.
It's different, it's configured differently, obviously,
Yeah.
right? But. Okay, so at Lisbon Community Park. If I was taking, doing something to get some numbers under control, I think we've kind of said go with a smaller shelter there. The kayak launch only do if we can get a grant. The art only do if you can get a grant or get it substantially discounted or sponsored. And then to try to get, to move forward with something at every park, I would delay the pickleball in the lower parking lots improvements at Lisbon Community Park.
I heard a lot about pickleball. People want to do that. It's like the newest thing I heard.
If we still did still did the courts here. And we did a larger number here, saw how much demand there is here for it. And if there is sufficient, great demand still, then we do that in 5 years. So I'm not, that would be the only thing I would do here at the Village Hall Park.
No,
And then I would leave everything else the same that he has proposed at the other 3 parks.
I think you need to deal with your playground here,
Oh, for
before
sure.
it deals with you.
And the shelter.
there's pickleball, one of those things that more courts in one spot's better than court here and a court over there.
It is, so pickleball is a very social sport
Mm-hmm.
and these groups travel in hordes.
So you wanna have one big area, then have, you know. two
That's-
here and
That's
three
what I
down
would
there.
suggest, yeah.
If we're not willing to push something off, I mean, then how do we get down below much, I mean, below 3, I mean, we want everything, right, in all these?
This is a big decision to decide, to do all of this.
Well, if you do pickleball, the playground expansion
At which part?
here,
Here, okay.
and the shelter. So that's 185, 325. 140.
I mean, I
What?
I think we're getting lost in the weeds on
Mm-hmm.
what we need to do here. Having seen the structures, I think our first priority needs to be safety.
Agreed.
We have a huge exposure that needs to be addressed, whether it is redevelopment
Or removal,
or removal.
yeah.
Are you saying here particularly?
All of them, except Stone Family.
Yeah, I guess that's the soft message I'm trying to give you, and thank you for bringing it.
Well, I mean,
Straight out.
we talked about this with our last board and we deflected till 26 and here we are.
You could make the choice to divest in some of your playgrounds. That is a choice you can make. Just simply remove them. I'm not saying that's the choice I'm recommending, but that is an
To
option.
remove?
To take the old equipment out.
And replace.
No,
Not yet, just.
you
remove it
take it
until
out
we
for
can get
5
it.
years and then you,
Because of the safety.
You know, the building and the equipment is the most expensive item.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how playground equipment's so expensive.
I mean, you've got the shelters and bathrooms are $1 million and the playgrounds are 1.2. I mean, everything else is,
My only concern with doing that is that's as far as we're gonna go, because we're gonna say, oh, we've done it now, forget all the other fun stuff that we wanna do.
Well, there's a thought to if we leave this building at some point, maybe we don't hit this park as hard. Maybe we just do what needs to be done, and then if we move, then we can take care of
So-
the pickleballs and the other more maybe pricier pieces during the time when we do that borrow, so that we'll fund a little bit more that way. Or maybe if we're gonna borrow again, for a bigger project, we can point out a couple of different parks where we say, well, we know this is in our 5-year plan, so we'll hit those in 5 years. The playground issue, though, that's something that you guys would have to consider, whether you want to just remove. If you don't have the funds now to do them, to remove them, and you'll be replacing them soon.
Wow.
I definitely think that we need to make that the.
no one's walking here, right? I mean,
Yeah, people walking.
do they really?
Yeah.
From the
Well, they come.
fairways?
I don't know where they come from, but they do like walking loops and stuff like that.
But they walk
A lot of bike rides.
with,
Pretty busy.
wait, I'm sorry, do they walk here? But they don't walk here with kids who are playing on the playground.
If
you're not
with
walking up and
kids,
down
no,
the
the
building.
kids,
The
the
kids
kids
are-
they drive.
Kids are coming here, they're driving, or they're coming here and the kids are using it because the other kids are playing things.
Yeah, it's more the fairways.
So
People
we're close
walking
enough to
around.
Stone Family where, is that crazy of an idea to, and since it's not a neighborhood park, it's not being walked, at least not anywhere near the same extent that Stone Family is, that we do remove the playground and shelter if you're that concerned about it and then do the complete rebuild here in 5 years, and that lets us get something everywhere else.
Is this the
Seems
least
to
used
me.
park then, which is the least, that's a good point, which one is the least used, I think that.
Stony.
If we're gonna take this, if this is
Stony
used
Brook,
a lot,
yeah.
we're-
Yeah, I think the problem with Stony Hawk West is it connects to 25 house subdivision for Lisbon. And then the subdivision just north of that, what?
And then Sussex everywhere else, and they have Armor Park.
Yeah,
in
so then
the other
the stuff north of that, I think it's Johansson Farms. They're gonna go to Marbury Park, without a doubt. So, yeah, I mean, and it
The only park in that section of
It
town,
is.
but
It is.
to that, does that make sense to?
I mean, I have friends that live 4 houses from the park and I asked them how many times you've been there and they can count on their hands one time. Yeah.
No,
And they have-
Stony Health.
Tony help us. So that saves 200 grand, right?
I really think, so.
Is that because it's so crappy though? Is that the
It's just-
counterpoint?
It's not traffic. You have to make it a destination to go there, otherwise it's just 25 houses thinking that they're gonna use it. Yeah, I would say, I think we have to think of it in this perspective, this is just my opinion. Like, these are all great to build out under all this. But we gotta be willing to commit to the funding for it. So I would ask yourself, are you willing to commit to the funding for this? If not, we're just kind of kicking the tire down the road. But secondly, at a minimum, we need to commit to maintaining our current infrastructure within the parks. I mean, almost all the backstops need to be replaced, the fields all need to be resurfaced. The pavilions need to be torn down and replaced. I mean, you name it, the maintenance has been deferred for so long, it's become a liability. So either we completely invest in it and do a huge borrow for that, or we make a maintenance and reconstruct, or just delete plan. So those are kind of two frames that I've been thinking about for this.
So did I hear you right? It's like Stony Hillquest. Don't touch that one right now.
I would tear it down. I think
No, you're
Stony
talking playground, or you're talking, I mean,
playground.
okay, right.
I mean, Stony Hallquist is a liability, Town Hall or Village Hall Park is a liability. I mean, you name it, I think we have liabilities at all places other than maybe Stone Family.
The way that was explained to me, and this was 15 years ago, was if you have old equipment that was sufficient, when you installed it, that as long as you don't touch it, you don't have liability. Has the world changed? And I mean, you can sue anyone for anything, right?
Yeah, right. So that's partially true. If you know that there are safety concerns on a playground and you opt not to either take it out of commission or fix it, then yeah, the rec community won't protect you very well.
How much pushback are we going to get if we take the playground equipment out of park here and Stony Hillquest? For those reasons, I mean, is that going, I mean, so we have no playground equipment at either one of those parks here for 5 years, but if I'm hearing you right, Stony Hillquest, maybe never.
There's no requirement for you to have a playground in.
I'm saying from the residents, I mean, how much do we, I mean, Mike, you're the closest one, I mean.
I think the issue you're gonna have is like when they're playing baseball and younger brother, sister doesn't want to sit on the bleacher and watch his older brother, they want to go down the slide and play and whatnot. If you take that away, I think people will, I think they'd complain and possibly maybe not even use that baseball field anymore.
We have the fire thing here. That's a 2 to 5 year old, right?
Right, so that one is actually in good condition.
Right, we just did that.
You could leave that and take out the,
Is that a little something? Am I pointing for the little siblings of the baseball players? That's something? I mean, is it anything though?
It's one little thing.
Is there only one? Is it just the engine? Or is there one other thing up there?
No, like a slide.
It's like insult, I think insult to injury. I think you can do the whole.
No, that's not going in. That's Blake says we're keeping that either way.
But I think either like put it in storage or something, because I think just leaving that one thing up there and tearing the rest of it down.
okay, so one option, if we're talking about town hall, you could remove the large playground completely. Keep the fire engine, and maybe we spend $20,000. We get some swings or something else to supplement that now. That maybe is movable. If you do an expansion in 5 years here, whatever we've invested in the fire engine node, we can repurpose, right? Swings are a very inexpensive way to go. For 15 or 20 grand, you could make that serviceable. And that's your crutch until you come back and rehab this park completely.
I would be maybe in favor of that with a really firm plan in mind, because I can see us saying we'll do that and then 5 years from now being like, oh, we have other things to do and not doing it at all.
Well, Paula, I'm not sure that I mean, the board has not committed to doing a new village hall. But if there is a new village hall, the timing of that would correspond naturally with everything that we've done here, right?
I get that, but I just, like, I kind of like agree with what Mark is saying, I mean, either kind of we're gonna do this or we're not too, you know, I don't wanna go like, I just see us going like a half measure. And just get stuff there,
You better off.
yeah, I think I finally made it, I know.
Well,
So that's why we say that 5 years from now, either we're doing a new village hall, or if we say we're gonna make this work for the long term, this village hall, then you spend your $1 million on fixing up the park. Right, because we have to, I mean, we gotta take our 4.7 down somehow, 4.7 million
Okay.
down, right? I mean, so is that,
What do you base that off of? Just because it's a lot of money?
do we wanna? I mean, we've got $2 million is what we're planning on borrowing. You'd like to borrow more, is that, I'm hearing, you're right?
I didn't say that. but
Okay,
I'm-
so how, if we don't borrow more, there's donations out there for hopefully a good amount. I don't think there's
There's-
$2 million in donations out there.
well, I mean, let's.
About the grants, how much should we get in that?
Let's start reaching, I mean, well, Land and Stone was here tonight. We have, what, 4 other quarries of decent size that might be willing to put some money toward it. There's businesses, I mean, I don't know, but I think to think that we're only working with 2.3 million, I think will be a mistake. We just don't know what that number is, and maybe it's too soon for us to sit here and, I mean, I get the priority list, but I don't want to start making a budget based on 2.3 if that number is actually, 3.4 or something like that. So-
There's so much unknown here. Like you said, the lands don't, and the area businesses to give and the grants and stuff like that. What that would contribute to it, I don't know.
But I think in order to go do that too, we have to show them something or have some firm idea, we can't just say we wanna do all this stuff and not have. I don't know, something.
Well,
right? I mean,
we
well,
can,
this.
I mean, we do have plans and we can kind of tailor, if Holcomb wants to donate a certain something to a park, maybe they say, oh, well,
Playground.
yeah, buy a playground at, one of the small parks or something like that.
Yeah, I mean. I think you have to show people a value to get them interested to even want to donate. I'll look right next door to our neighbor Sussex. They did a 5-year revitalization of every neighborhood park within their community. And I mean, they did it with Pints in the Park circuit. They brought people to their parks because they wanted to revitalize them. They all got, every neighborhood park had a Pints in the Park, neighborhood event, bands. And they brought people into their neighborhood parks to revitalize them. And I mean, they're hugely successful now, but they had a plan, they had a development plan, they had a long-range plan for each park. And they had purpose behind it.
I think that a lot has to do with it's all walking area though in Sussex, where we're a little different where we are at.
Yeah, but
We
I
have
mean,
to drive to them.
every one of these parks is a walkable park. I mean, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I would say LCP is a destination park. But, I mean, even this one,
I think this one is a destination.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, we don't keep track of counts, we could hire somebody for that, but like. Of the other other four, those are all walkable parks, they're.
Well, like the one on Stoney Hillcrest now, you were just saying that there's 25 houses that
Yeah.
really, if they're gonna use it, they are gonna use that.
Yep.
You know, all the years that we've lived up here, and when I go by there, I don't see a lot of people in that park personally.
I mean, that park is used for, I mean, it's probably reserved a lot for baseball.
Yeah.
And that's probably it, because that's all there is,
The shelter. One time.
yeah,
since I
but,
at the playground.
I mean, it's fine to have different purposes for each park, but we have to have a for each park. Yeah, I mean, this gives us an idea of where to a vision, but You know, to say we don't wanna spend 4 million, maybe it's 4 million well spent. Do we wanna spend that?
Don't we get more or better rates on bigger borrows?
Sure.
You still gotta pay back the principal.
Well, I mean, we just have to restructure what we pay back then, you know, if we go more, then maybe we take it up to 7 years instead of 5.
And it wasn't a, and there was a couple of people in the survey results, I mean, who did say, I mean. Don't spend tons of money on parks. I mean, I want nice parks. I want to spend money on, but I mean. Well, we've got a structural deficit as it is, guys. I mean, you know, and it's $250,000. I mean, we gotta figure that out. Are we guaranteed we're gonna be able to get the fire department budget under control? I mean, do we wanna? I mean, the capital side of things, we can just borrow the money and tax more because that's the way that the state allows us to do it. I don't have the appetite for doing it at that level, though. I think we go forward with everything if we can get a lot of assistance and grants. And I think that's a great goal to do everything here. And then some, Mark. I agree. But I think if we can't, we need, I mean, then we need a cut.
I'm worried about, because you know down the road, we're gonna need a village hall. And I worry about what that's gonna cost. So I hate to, get. On $4 million is a lot of money, to
Well,
put in.
let's see what we can get, you know, see what, whether it's fundraising opportunities or whatever, let's see what money we can collect beyond the 2 million we've reserved. And if we're only short 400,000, then I'm sure we can add that.
Because obviously,
Sure.
almost wherever you live, you guys are gonna be using that a lot over there, I would suspect. And that's a nice, like you say, Mark, where it's surrounded by like how many subdivisions and stuff like that. That I would feel better like than in Stony Hopeless, because that's kind of way over there and not doing too much. So I think we have to put the money into something.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can have a purpose for each part that's different. But again, at a minimum, knowing the direction of the board, we have to remove our liabilities.
Yeah.
Agreed. We can't sit on our hands and historically do what we've done. We have to be proactive to this situation.
We've talked about this many
I mean,
times.
this
But we're not gonna pull out playground equipment this year, if we're gonna put new equipment in next year. I mean, I don't think that's.
Mark's saying, liability if somebody gets hurt.
Look,
if we're not reusing it, what does it matter?
you want, I know I'm not gonna say this because I don't think this is what you're saying, but you wouldn't pull everything out right now,
No,
except for
I mean,
Stone Family.
doesn't.
Except for Stone Family and the fire engine,
But if I hear our shelter is leaning, that should be torn down tomorrow.
sure,
You know,
sure.
like
That's worrisome to me too.
I'd rather have no shelter and, disenfranchise people than have somebody get killed there. If it blows over in a windy day while some family's having a picnic.
So we are gonna move forward. I think we're gonna get new playground equipment at Lisbon Community Park next year, let's say. Just to be clear, you're not saying pull that playground equipment out.
No,
I'll leave that to somebody else who's a playground expert.
Is our playground equipment dangerous as in it's just older and that's how playground equipment was, or is it actually like rusting through and gonna collapse?
I think your
I haven't played
exposure is to the point where we are making plans to replace it, so we know it's on the docket. I don't think he's saying there's exposure right now, pull it out right now, this very
That's what I'm
second.
wondering, if it's like gonna collapse or if it's just old. It's dangerous because that's how it was when we were.
I would not give it another 5 years on any of your equipment.
In any of the parks,
Something-
except for, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Your equipment is far beyond what is normally expected. Some is worse than others.
We went through this, I remember we talked about this here, how many years ago, Mark? Here we are.
And I'll admit, my kids have aged out, so I haven't been on this stuff. I mean, so in the last 5 years, so
It
I
sounds like it's not gonna collapse tomorrow. Pulling it. We can
So we're
wait
not
as
making
we
a
go.
decision on this tonight, right?
So
We should
go
take
over,
the
so,
next-
Talk to make such a
I know.
decision.
no, I mean, we're not, no, so the timing, like you wanna go through that timing again, that. You talked about, if you're trying to go out to bid late this year. When do you need direction from,
Yeah.
so if we went out for bids late this year, we'd be constructing, next year. So when do you need more better direction from us?
Yep, good question. So the way this normally works, this is the first task, right? We go through concepting, we figure out the vision. We figure out what we think it might cost to bid or to build. And then once you guys decide on, all right, we're gonna do 14 of the 20 things, and here's what those 14 are. Then we would enter into a design and engineering effort. We would get all of our design plans and specs ready to go. It goes out to bid, let's say December or January of 26, 27 for a construction season of spring, summer 27. That's really the fastest this could go. It could go slower, but for us to get through the next lift of work, it's 6 months of design and engineering before we get bid. That's,
So you need an answer from us by June. That will bring us to December.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I'll probably need an answer before then, though. We have to start looking at borrowing, because our borrowing is not just tied to this,
Okay, so-
it's tied
so
to
what
road
is-
projects. May. I just need a dollar, I just need a dollar.
I need to-
So so I mean, again, our staff, I mean, to Mark's point, I mean, I think the way that Sussex attacked it was. I mean, ideal, but we're staffed differently. We don't have a rec department. So we're. And Dan's like, I mean, we're down a person here right now. How much can we expect for the parks? We don't really have people on the Parks Committee who are gonna be, or qualified to.
Decide.
Or to not, to do fundraising, I mean, this is gonna be Dan, right? I mean,
Yeah, no.
right, so I just wanna make sure that we're on the same page, right?
Is there another one?
Yeah.
Hired
Are
another
we
day?
open to like naming rights?
Yeah.
Like, if like Culvers or, Pepsi or whoever would be willing to do a large sum to either rename the park or. No.
We're open for business.
We slap it on the slides, put it on every handlebar.
Okay, so let me offer a friendly suggestion here. So we've gone through a bunch of,
Yeah.
for the most part, all these ideas stick in general, right? I
They're
think,
great ideas.
I think, yeah, so maybe they're nice to haves. I think what you guys really should do is maybe amongst individually, come up with your list of must-haves for each park. And then your wants or your nice to haves in each park. Come back together, coalesce that data. And then I'll maybe do the same thing on my end and say, all right, these are the things that I really think you need to have. These are the things I think we should bundle together. Let's dissect all that, see where the numbers shake out. And then in the meantime, this guy over here is gonna go find a bucket of cash to pay for those.
And I think we've got some big players in town who will do a fair amount. But on the grant side of things, you made it sound like we can't rely on that because if that money comes in, that's gonna be later and
And it's
we,
highly competitive. I mean,
yeah, and that's what you said, like, we're getting the kayak thing. I mean, we're getting,
right, you might get 25,000.
yeah, right.
So it's great. It feels really nice to get a grant and it pays for one of those maybe nice to haves. But I guess I would not bank on funding the must haves with grants.
No.
It is exceptionally competitive right now. Because you guys are not the only ones having this conversation tonight, right?
But I think your point, the pickleball community, they're
Mhm.
not so, I mean, I've heard, I think the Economo
In a
Walk
good way, yeah.
one, oh yeah, in a good way. We love you guys. They paid for a big chunk of the Economo Walk one. I don't know if you've seen that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
They got a big chunk of donations from that, so maybe we can,
Not like a pickleball club or what is it? Who's paying for this? It's just individual.
they have like associations and stuff like that.
Oh.
This year.
There's, I mean, we've heard from people tonight that are big into pickleball. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who are.
I think we gotta do it at one.
But they need to be connected, and it can't just be big players, they have to be connected to the community and organizations, right?
I think I might know some people from Bellafield that might be able to get me in touch with somebody around here, maybe in the Mertens area. Okay,
What to think about, that's what I said before.
Well, we all better get to work and start putting the, leave your change here jar and kind of.
Yeah.
You guys gave
I'll
me
get
an
my
hour and I
swear
took
jar.
2. Sorry about that.
What's that?
So you gave me an hour and I took 2, at least. Sorry about that.
He'll be back.
Well, I think in the future, you will, I mean, we got through a lot of the discussion now. I mean, I appreciate the back and forth, but I think we know what are a couple of the items that we can. We're hoping to do everything, right? We're hoping to get, if that, it's 4-9. I mean, let's hope we can get there, but
4-9.
well, there's a couple things that Mark added. I think maybe we're at 5-5, but
That's fine.
but I mean, let's aim for really high, and if we.
But we don't want to leave a future board with a mess either. We want to leave them with good stuff.
And we're not, I mean, I don't have the willingness to borrow materially more than what we had budgeted.
We'll wear you down, don't worry, I'm kidding. Well,
We'll get something done here this time instead of leaving it
Any other questions for us? Like,
late.
No, I think you guys had a great discussion. You obviously know the struggle here. Thank you for reviewing this, and I'm glad that these ideas hit home for the most part. So I think we always have some thinking to do about how to get there.
Mhm.
And I'm here when you need me. Let me know.
You drive
All right.
to Middleton?
This is easy. I mean, I could drive to Ashland back in a day. That's a long day.
all right, we'll let you guys go. We've only got one item, so we'll be pretty quick. So there's no action on A, we're on agreement there, so we're gonna move on to 8B, which is discussion and necessary action regarding resolution 01 2026, the updated village fee schedule. So this came about by multiple individuals contacting me and Dan about the fire department inspection fees. So I told them that I'd bring it to the board. I'm not necessarily saying we need to do this, but I think that there's reason to consider it. So do you wish to push it or endorse it any stronger than that, or?
Not really. I mean, the storage unit one, the only, I guess there's some merit to requesting a reduction because there are some fee structures in other communities that do have a lesser fee for old storage facilities that they don't have to enter and they just basically walk by. So there is some merit to that, but at the same time, you guys approved a fee schedule. This is the same schedule as what City of Pewaukee has, and they clearly don't have any issue with it. So it's whether you want to offer grace to them based on that. Now, my opinion is they still have to drive to that facility and still use, I think they use 2 people staff time to be there. So even if it takes half the time, it's still time to travel to go out there with 2 people. So
Regular work and.
No, the fire department does the work. They don't charge us for that. We got a set fee. If we told them we didn't want any inspections, we're still paying the same to the fire
they
department,
charge
no matter what.
us. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, they don't charge us extra for it. It's built into the contract. So, and I think, again, I'm not pushing this, but I don't think the city of Pewaukee has storage units that don't have inside space. They have storage, I mean,
I have
maybe
no
they
idea.
do. Mark, you probably know better than I do. Okay.
And there's no change, there's no fee structure change that I've seen with the City of Pewaukee for those structures. Oh, well, you guys adopted the same exact fee schedule, so. But
I mean, he means you guys, I mean, means
the village board,
three of
sorry.
You and this was done a couple of year and a half ago.
So yeah, I mean, it's up to the board if they want to. There's 2 storage unit facilities that came and complained about it.
Yours?
That's number 1.
Yeah.
What are they paying, $100?
No,
On Q two, the other one on Q,
no, so
the other storage unit.
oh, I guess,
No, it would have been the Indian grass storage, I believe.
did you get the one on, Litzell's on Colgate?
Yeah, it's John Thun's, right?
No, the south side of Colgate.
I'm sure
no,
we,
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm sure we charged them. I just
No,
don't,
but does that one not have internal space either?
I don't even know what structure you're talking about. So.
All right, well, I guess. So this $948 only includes the 2 self-storage and the church.
Correct.
It's gonna be more involved then.
But
It'll be a little
like the one on Highway 70,
Oh, we-
but let me finish, the one of the self-storage off of 74, for example, that has an internal office so we're not talking about reducing that one. I guess the question is did we not look at all the self-storages to see which ones had internal space or not?
I guess I just didn't know about that one because I looked at the other one off of Q, Dunn's property. There's
okay.
one at the business part or the Duplainville Business Park area.
That one has an office
Storage
space.
Works, yep.
So, but there's 2 of them off of Colgate, right? Is what we're saying? John Then and then
No, it's all his.
Litzell has one, right? That's what I said.
No, that one I didn't know. No, that one isn't taken into account here, and I don't know if it's cold storage or not.
Did they ask for a 50% discount or did you offer it to them or?
I said that I'd bring something to the board. This is a placeholder. The church asked they asked for theirs to be waived entirely. I guess there is some precedent with places that serve as polling locations to charge the community for that as a polling location. So they mentioned something along those lines about charging us. This was kind of a happy compromise.
So we don't pay them now for,
No, but I think the counter argument to that
Right.
is that churches typically like to have people come into their building
right,
because then they're maybe they'll become members, they're
Sure.
more familiar. So there's a benefit and they do recognize
Yeah.
that as well. So if I had to pick just one of the 2, I think the church one makes I think they both have merit. I mean, if I didn't think they had any merit, I wouldn't bring it to the full board to think about. But I think that the church probably, if I had to pick just one, I would pick that. But is it less than 50% reduction for the self-storage? That's for the board to decide.
I guess I'll weigh in on both of them. I think they're separate issues. Cold storage, I don't think this is the right time to revisit it. We set a budget, we published the budget to our community. We can revisit for the next year and talk about that. What we have, I mean, I know $948 is not a bank breaker for the budget, but I think it sets bad business practices in that sense. I would rather if the church wants to charge us for use of that space, I'd rather them do that. Just on a global business perspective, there are a lot of communities that give to our community for no cost. And I think to waive certain fees for one, you're opening a basket of worms for a lot of other people to come forward and say, well, what about us? What about us? What about us? So I'd rather they charge us if they want us to be charged for that space. Rather than giving them a reduction, because where do we stop? You know, there's people with valid things that could come forward and say, hey, I give the community this for free, you give me a reduction in fees for that.
yeah.
Are
So,
we charging any other ones fees?
I mean,
I
I
couldn't think of anything else.
without naming anything openly, I
You think so?
thought
Okay.
of 5 things right off the bat that could come forward.
Hmm.
It's just, a lot of communities don't offer a reduced rate for a government using it.
I agree with you, Mike.
They either do it out of a no cost impact to that business or they charge them. There's no halfway.
Well, and to that point, I mean, Hamilton School District's gonna say, hey, we're paying $9,000 in inspection fees. Where's our break?
Yeah.
Now, granted, they don't use them for a polling location, but they could say,
And they kicked us out, right? I mean,
they did, yeah, or no,
they asked us to leave.
I
They asked us to
I
leave.
told them that we're not gonna come back because of certain things,
Right,
but
right.
yeah. But I mean, in any case, they could make the same argument, hey, we're a public entity that
Right.
is a school for your children, so.
I think once we start, we're going down that road.
Again, and we have more than one church, and this isn't the we're not suggesting that we would waive it for all the churches. This was just.
And none of these
one.
fees are bank breakers for the church or the storage.
Well, I mean, and the church has an option, like Mark said, if they want to charge us instead to recover those costs, then fine, charge us. Charge us the, whatever it is, $700 a year. We may lose that revenue, but we're not changing our policy, I guess.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with Mark.
Mhm.
Gotta make it
I've been thinking about this too.
fair around all the way. Keep it consistent.
I mean, where'd the 50% even come from? Was that just what they wanted or?
That
It was, some of it was just looking at other fee schedules from other communities and then kind of doing an average of what other.
I mean, I
cold
in
storage
an
would.
alternate way of doing it, we could delineate different types of storage for inspection fees. That maybe is at a reduced rate.
That's what this is, right?
No, this is a percentage off. I don't like that.
No, but the different type of storage, this was, we are differentiating storage with internal space to be inspected and storage space without internal space to be.
Right, but this is a
Exactly.
request by reducing fire inspection fees for cold storage self-loadings by 50%.
So you're setting a different fee for those properties.
Yeah, but that's not in here.
Sure it is.
Well,
That's on the last
by
page.
50%, it's 50% of the
Regular.
of that fee, so it is setting the new fee
It's a set-
schedule, it's just half of what it is.
I would almost say we do.
Where is that?
Fire inspections that are drive-bys versus
Last
actually
page.
getting out and going through. So you're not just saying storage units only.
From the last page,
Somebody else.
you rip it off,
All you gotta do is drive by. then-
right there.
Or use a real stick. Where's the new one?
Had to get that on the floor.
Some-
I didn't know if that was my water or
For
whatever.
commercial structures that serve the village, a polling location. Second one, for commercial structures involving properties that are entirely cold storage, self-storage
almost-
with
almost-
no
we're almost
public
done here,
access
guys.
buildings.
So what are you guys thinking over?
Mark was asking about the fees are in the schedule.
Yeah.
So Mark, you're suggesting to put another line in the schedule, to have cold storage as one line item at a certain cost and then just the. Hot
Yeah, I just,
storage or.
Well, so I think we have a consensus here that we were going to not do anything to the self-storage facilities at all for 2026. We can revisit this at 2027. I think that it makes some sense, but I don't have a passion, a strong feeling one way or the other. I would support the church thing as we have it proposed. But if there's not another person, if it's not someone willing to make the motion and second it, then it won't move forward.
I think we should consider it next budget.
Well, if you're gonna do that, we probably want to consider it in like June or July, because that's when we start making the budget. So then I can know what my revenues are, so we can bring this back in 2 or 3 months.
can I mean, if we're gonna go that route, can I see some other community? examples?
Yeah, I've got a spreadsheet of like 6 other ones. Side by side comparison.
I don't think it, I see, I don't like looking at it as a reduction. I'd rather see it as a different class.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I
It's a diff- I
can,
mean, that's, what we have here is a bunch of different classes, so it's.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so. The board is more comfortable telling the church that we are not going to adjust this fee, and if they want to charge us. I'm more comfortable with this, but you guys want to go the other route.
I mean, I
I think they probably are more comfortable with that as with the reduction as opposed to charging us, but
it's, in my opinion, it's nothing to do with the church. I'm very gracious that they do allow us the space for free, but we're also giving them free advertising for free. So for a church that probably doesn't get trafficked by a lot of people unless you know it's there. So.
I'm in favor of it. Linda and Mark are not, so we just need one more opposed or two in favor. So what do you guys, I mean, are you opposed to any reduction for the church? Either one of you? Or could you be in favor? I
Yeah. And Mark has a good point, if we just charge or don't do discounts and then we pay for stuff we use. If there's other situations like that that might arise, I don't know about. Situations are, so.
So this is where we would go back to the church is just say that there's not gonna be a reduction. If you feel the need to charge us, then bring something to us.
I wouldn't make a big point of saying that.
I can reach out to her and just let her know, hey, the board discussed it and
The
they're
city
in
can't
favor of
do
it.
In my opinion, it's nothing against the church.
Yeah.
Leave their name out of it. It's a global business perspective that we have to apply a blanket.
Across the board, just
Fee
let's go
for-
with that.
Well,
If we did it for them, we'd have to do it for this guy on something.
well, and this specifically, the new fee schedule does not name a church, to be unclear, right? It just says a church, or it says what does it say? That serves as a polling location is granted at 50%, or
Commercial structures that serve the Village of Lisbon polling location at least once during the 12-month preceding the inspection, the fire inspection shall be reduced by 50%. To a maximum of $250 per inspection or $500 per calendar year.
That's for their safety too, they need that. They're doing fighting inspection. In the church or.
Sure.
so if there's no motion, then no motion.
Perfect.
All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so I think I got Linda snuck in there with a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. We are adjourned at 9:22.